Well, here we are. This is the food plot on the hill, and this is just a small little area, probably like 1/8 of an acre that I cut out a couple years ago. It was just, you can see all the stumps. It was all cedars and black walnuts. Anyways, this tiny little food plot, and one other small food plot that's going to be in this video as well. I'm going to disc it all up and hand drill soybeans into this because it's just really steep and it's just really hard to get our corn planter up here. And this other spot I'm going to put into soybeans as well. There's just too much brush and stuff. It's kind of a weird shaped food plot. But anyways, here in southern Wisconsin, and I guess probably a lot of areas, you can get away with planting these small little food plots into soybeans, but also in a lot of areas you can't, because you got to plant at least a couple acres or so just to, just for the beans to make pods and to survive into the winter, because around here there's just so much ag, so many alfalfa fields. That's what all our fields are planted into. The farmer has alfalfa, and there's soybeans over that way. There's just soybeans and alfalfa everywhere for the deer. So that's why our small little 1/8 of an acre, we could probably even get away with planting a 1/10 or a 15th of an acre, just a tiny little spot of beans, and they would survive just because there's just so much food everywhere. So other areas you can't do that, but it's kind of nice that we can do that, because this is going to be soybeans, and then we're going to have some corn and soybeans down in our shed plot. That's our bigger field down there. And then, like I said, the second food plot in this video, that's going to be also about 1/8 of an acre of soybeans. That one's going to be pretty shaded too, so that probably won't do that good, but then I can broadcast, like if the beans don't do good here, or the beans don't do good anywhere, I can just broadcast some brassicas and winter rye into those areas to kind of fill in the gaps. That always works pretty good. So anyways, I'm going to disc this up, hand drill it today. The other one I won't be able to do today. I'll have to do that on Friday. But yeah, let's get going. And just before I disc this up, I'm going to broadcast 1 bag of that fertilizer on this plot as well. And hopefully that'll be enough. It's just a tiny little spot. 1 bag might be a little bit of overkill, but I'd rather have too much than too little. And last year I had brassicas in this plot, and I put it in some soybeans when I planted the brassicas, so it was probably like late July or something like that. And those soybeans, they grew pretty good, and they actually produced a few pods, even though they got, the frost killed them before they could hit maturity, obviously, because they were planted in July. But I couldn't believe how good they looked up here. Well, that's it. It just took me a little bit over an hour to drill this all in. Whew. Some hard stuff to go through. Like I said, it wasn't all worked up really nice. So now I'm going to drag it over to work in all these exposed seeds. I'd say out of all the seeds I drilled in, I'd say probably we got maybe like 10% exposure. So 90% is covered right now, but just covering up the loose stuff will just help the germination even better. So I'm going to get dragging here. Well, it worked out pretty darn good. I'm gonna be doing the same method as I did up there. I'm probably gonna drill in and then broadcast a little bit at the end and then drag it or something. But yeah, I probably won't get a ton of footage because it's gonna be the same method as I just used up there in the other food plot. And plus it's getting pretty late out. I just want to get this done quick. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll update you when this stuff starts growing. So hopefully maybe 2 weeks or so, it'll be looking pretty good. Lots of rain coming up this week, so that should really help. Well, back here at this little tiny secluded soybean spot, this is the second spot in the video. The other one's up there on the hill. This one is really close to where all the deer come out on, and it's getting hammered pretty good. But it's not the end of the world. If they wiped out everything in here, it'd be totally fine. I could just come back in here and put some brassicas in here. But I'm hoping to get some beans in here, and then I can still broadcast the brassicas. Then I'll have a green food source, and then I'll have the pods for later, like December or so. But yeah, it's looking good. Lots of deer sign, like I said. The one up there on the hill is not nearly getting as much browse as this one. That's basically just because that's where the deer mainly come out way over here more. But anyways, I think that one's going to turn out really good. The one up on the hill, that one's going to turn out phenomenal, I think. But this one might get a little kind of over browsed, like I was saying. But you can see, look at all these missing soybean tops. There's still quite a few in here, so that's why I'm thinking it should do all right, but not great, because half of them are pretty much already gone. But yeah, it's just this little section back here that looks really bad, but out there it looks a little bit better. I mean, look at that. I had these beans in here super thick, and they're still going to be just barely thick enough to make it through, I think. A lot of beans here. Doesn't look like they're walking through here too much. This is really shaded too, so these beans probably won't do that good, but I know beans will at least produce something in the shade, unlike corn. Corn won't really do anything in the shade. But over on this side, you can definitely see the defined rows right there. I hand drilled all this in here. It's super nice and thick. I'm probably gonna have to come back and spray this sometime, maybe like a week from now or so. I'm gonna wait till these weeds get a little bit bigger, but you can see it looks a little better on this side of the plot. But yeah, overall, it's looking pretty good. Well, here we are, back up at the food plot on the hill. This is where I got the soybeans. Comparing this one to the food plot down there, where the deer come out at, this has got a lot less deer browse, and it's probably gonna turn out a lot better. This food plot's got full sun, the other one's pretty shaded. And like I said, that one down there is like the first spot that the deer hit on their way out. Here's a couple that haven't been bit off. These ones have been nipped off a while ago and they haven't even caught up. But overall, it's looking really good. Now that these beans are really starting to get bigger, they'll just take off a leaf like this, leaf like that. They won't get so slowed down like they did in the beginning. You know, this plot's going to turn out a lot better. Like I mentioned, it's got full sun. It's already looking a lot thicker than the other one. The other ones I'm definitely going to have to put in some brassicas or winter rye or something. This one I probably will just put winter rye in here. But yeah, look at this. Looking pretty good. Compare this to the other one. Man, this one looks a lot better. The weeds are finally starting to come in. This one and the other one have been pretty weed free so far because I sprayed and disked. All of our other bigger food plots where we plowed and disked and did heavy tillage, there was a ton of weeds, and I just finished up spraying the one field, and then the one down here I'm gonna have to spray sometime. But I'll probably spray this in about a week. As you can tell, it's coming along pretty good. I'll probably just upload this video. I gotta get some content to you guys, so there's gonna be a lot of food plot videos. I got a lot of editing to do in the next month or so. I'm gonna try and get out all these videos probably before mid-July. It would be nice. I'm gonna update you as they're growing all in the one video, so just stick around for them. Those will be coming out within the next month. I got a lot of content coming, so yeah, guys, I guess this is gonna wrap up this video. This will be the first one out, even though it wasn't the first field planted. So yeah, guys, I'll catch you in the next one, and hope you enjoyed the video.